Chapter 2 Difficult Journeys. One morning, I was put into a small carriage to take Squire Gordon and John on a long journey for the squire's business. I liked pulling this carriage because it was very light and easy to pull. It was raining when we left, and it was also windy, with many leaves blowing across the road. On our journey, we crossed a bridge, and I saw that the water of the river was really high. Many of the fields that we passed were flooded, and sometimes I had to pull the carriage through water on the road. When we got to the town, I had a good rest while Squire Gordon did his work. We started to go home late in the afternoon, and now there was a real storm. I heard the strong wind blowing through the big trees that we passed. "I will be happy when we are out of the wood," said Squire Gordon. And as soon as he said this, a big tree suddenly fell across the road in front of us with a loud crash. "That was close," said John. "What can we do?" asked Squire Gordon. "We can't go forward," said John. "I think that we'll have to go back home a different way." So we went back along a different road. It was longer, and when we got to the bridge, it was dark. We started crossing the bridge, but I felt that something was wrong, so I stopped. "Come on, Beauty," said Squire Gordon, who tried to make me cross the bridge. "There's something wrong," said John. "What's the matter, Beauty?" I knew that the bridge was not safe, but I could not tell him. Then we heard a man shout from the other side of the bridge. "Stop!" he called. "The bridge is broken in the middle. If you continue, you will fall into the river." "I see," John replied. "Thank you, sir." "And thank you, Black Beauty," called Squire Gordon. "You saved us." We had to take another road home, but the wind was less strong. At last, we saw the gates of Birtwick Park. I was very pleased to be home and enjoyed my evening food because I was very tired. A few weeks later, Squire Gordon and his wife decided to visit some friends who lived about 60 kilometers from my home. They drove Ginger and me about 35 kilometers on the first day. We stopped often before we reached the town, where we would stay for the night at an inn. Ginger and I were fed and brushed. We were ready to go to sleep when another horse arrived. His young rider smoked a cigarette while his horse was brushed. I don't know how long I slept or what time it was when I woke up. I felt uncomfortable, although I did not know why. I heard Ginger coughing, and I saw that the air was filled with smoke. Then I knew that there was a fire. A man appeared with a lantern and tried to take the horses outside. We could see that he was worried, and this frightened us even more. None of us wanted to leave, although we knew we were in danger. What would happen to us? We did not want to go anywhere. Then John arrived. "Come on, my beautiful horses, wake up, please. It's time to go." He spoke softly and was so gentle with me that I stopped feeling frightened. I slowly followed him out of the building and away from the fire. When I saw that I was safe, I called out for the other horses to leave. Ginger later told me that I had saved her. By now, the fire was bigger, and just as John led Ginger away from the fire, the building collapsed. Finally, some firefighters arrived to try to put out the fire. After many hours, the fire was no more. When we arrived at the house of Squire Gordon's friends, the next evening, everyone was talking to John. It is one of the hardest things in the world to move horses when there is a fire, said Squire Gordon's friend. What you did to help them was amazing.